welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are terrific. I'm doing just fine. Today is day 11 of Dear Prompts. Prompt cards plus art play equals a journal. And let's get started and pick these, and maybe I won't have you for an hour like I usually do. I know Di and Pam were talking this morning about how you should be able to do things quickly, and I cannot do things quickly. I'm an overthinker. I am for sure an overthinker. If you give me 5 minutes to do something, I'm gonna freeze. I'm gonna be like, nope. The brain's gonna be like, exit stage left. It's not gonna happen. So don't give me 5 minutes to do something. And I saw those half-an-hour challenges where everybody was trying to do 3 projects in a half an hour. They didn't work out so great. So most people don't think that way. Just saying. Okay, zoom in. Let's zoom in. The colors. Let's get our prompts today. The color is Flickering Candle. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, the action is paint. The element is a tea bag. That's so funny, actually. And the make is a fold out. This is like one of my most unfavorite makes. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what we're going to do. I don't know. I feel like we should paint the background, maybe. And then do the fold out with a or maybe we paint the inside of the fold out. Alright, here we go. Candle. So yellow, orange, red. Red. Let's get our reds. We know we don't have very much orange. I don't think I have very much yellow either, to be honest. Oh my gosh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. You said bless you. Thank you very much. I don't know what it is. Every time I record these days, I gotta sneeze. At least now I know where my hand sanitizer is. So, get rid of the germies. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that kind of looks like a candle flickering. That might be interesting. Should we just use that? What do we got going on here? Joey's got some good ones. Let's just go with Joey today, I think. I really miss him, by the way. I don't know where he went or what's going on, but I do miss him. Okay, so what if we did... I like that a lot. I think we're going to use that for the back. We could use these 3 for fold out. Alright. Let's cut some edges off here. Let's be cutting some edges, because clearly I didn't do that with these. I must have printed them and said, oh, I'll cut the edges off later. But no. No, no, no. I was talking to my therapist yesterday about we were talking about finances and things and how expensive everything has gotten these days, and she asked me if my channel was monetized, because she knows I do YouTube. And I told her no, it's not, because I feel I said, you know, my channel's too small for that. You have to be, you know, a certain size. And number 2, I just feel like it might defeat the purpose And she kind of agreed. She said, you know, since my purpose for my channel is to create a community and to kind of be, you know, therapeutic for myself, a form of therapy, keep me busy, keep my mind busy. Um, you know, being creative is a form of therapy. Um, it's a good outlet for it. So she agreed that, you know, trying to monetize would probably defeat the purpose because then it would feel more like a job and less like something that was fun, right? Um, so we were just talking about that a little bit, but and then I was talking to Dawn this morning about my live streams, and she asked me if I was going to go live Friday, and I said probably, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing lives that way because I feel like it's kind of a lot of pressure, and recording's a lot easier when I want to. Yeah, I mean, I like interacting with everybody in the lives, so don't get me wrong. I do like that aspect of it. I like the, you know, being able to talk to everybody in that way. But I kind of feel like I want to go live when I want to go live. I don't really want to have a live schedule. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm just in the future going to start, you know, I'll continue to do the prompts for daily, and if I feel like going live on top of that, then I will. And so in that regard, if somebody, you know, wants to catch the lives, they're gonna have to set their notifications, because even though I appreciate it when people have schedules, I feel like I'm pretty consistent with my content, right? I am pretty consistently releasing content. I release it daily with the Dear Prompts, and I mean, I'm pretty routine in that way. But in this aspect, with the lives, I don't really want to be routine. You know, I want to be able to just pop on whenever I feel like it and not feel like I'm pressured into, you know, to do it. So, because I just kind of feel like it takes the fun out of it. And maybe not as many people will watch, and if so, that's all right. You know, and I'll be sad a little bit. No, but we just need to cut this. What am I doing? Let's get our new little cutter out here. I got to teach my son last night how to use this cutter. He needed it for a project he was doing for school. He's like, how do I cut this edge off of here and make it look straight? Do I just use an X-Acto knife? And I was like, no, come here. I've got something for you. I want you to use this handy dandy little cutter. All right. We did that. That should work now. We'll glue that down and then get the end of it here. But yeah, so I just thought like I would run that by y'all and see what y'all think. And I just feel like there's a lot of lives these days. And so if you're looking for somebody to watch live, it's really kind of hard to get, you know, into the schedule at this point. I just feel like, you know, I don't like the pressure of feeling like I only have an hour, or, you know, or if I come on too early. I don't know. It's just, I don't know that it's my thing. And I've been struggling with it for a while. You know, I've been trying to find a good balance with a live stream. And I think that just having a pop-up live once a week, whenever I feel like it, is probably the best answer for me at the moment. Ooh, we actually could use this one. That might look really pretty there and be a nice focal point. Okay, let's see. How would we do this? If I attached this to this, we would fold that in, and then we could do that, and then it would pull out like that. Like that? No. We would do it like this. That, and then it would pull out like that, but then you could also have that side of it, right? Yes. I think this is our answer here. All right, we need to attach this. We need to attach it. I need it long. And I know I have some because I just cut some off because I was cutting paper. There we go. We're actually going to need a couple of these, actually. Let's grab another one. We'll get a couple of them. Let's do this. There's that one. And there's that one. All right. I moved things around again a little bit today. I'm always moving things around. Are you always moving things around in your craft room? Let me know. How often do you move things around in your craft room? Put your little answer in the comments. We'll take a little poll and see how often people move things around. I would say I move them around at least once a week. This is my craziness. This is my crazy mind. Do you move yours around more than once a week? Once a week? Once a month? Once a year? That's why I feel like I almost need to do an update on of my craft room tour, like twice a year at least. It almost needs to be monthly because as much as I move things around. I could just highlight what I move every month. Because I like to, know where people, I like to be able to picture in my mind, where people are. So that's the reason I like to see people's craft room tours. Because, now when I'm watching you, I have an idea of, where you're sitting and, what you're doing. I think it helps with the complete picture a little bit. And actually, most of the people I watch, now that I think about it, that I watch on a consistent basis, I have seen their craft rooms. And people that I don't watch as much, which is kind of funny, right? But every day I watch Root Pursuit. She's been doing the 100-day junk journal, 100-day journal challenge thing. Every day I watch her faithfully. I did this one wrong, but that's okay. It's all right, whatever. And every day I watch, hold on, I gotta think. We gotta think for a second. Hold on a minute. My brain only works so well. I'm pretty sure. Is this how I want this to go? And then that would fold out that way. Yes. Okay. I watch Diane from Pretty Pink Cottage. I've seen hers. I always watch, and Diane comes on every day. Diane from Pretty Pink Cottage. I always watch Julie from Camellia Crafts. Camellia Crafts. I never can say her channel right. Okay, so we're going to put this here. Oh, I actually almost want it there. So it's not in. Let's just do it there. Because we'll cover it up tomorrow anyways, probably. Well, not tomorrow. It'll be Friday for the live, because that's the live one. But we will cover it up then. And hopefully I get good, easy prompts for that day. Okay. Let's see. Is this a flip out? It is. It flips out just fine. We actually maybe could add this here, so we don't have to cover this inside here. Let's do that. Let's add this. I had to tell my counselor about the whole ambulance trip and that whole thing. That whole debacle. Well, it wasn't. I didn't actually take a trip with the ambulance. The ambulance just showed up to look at my head. But, yeah. That whole thing. I was all worried about getting hurt, and I actually did get hurt. But it didn't stop me from completing my task, so that was a good thing. Wait, can we cover this up? We can. Let's do it. Let's do it. Might as well, right? Attention to details. Details, details. Okay. And let's cut this. There we go. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll do something with that. Now we need to do something with this. Let's do some paint. Some paint. What do we want to do? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. What if we... I'm trying to think. Think, funk. What if we did something kind of fun, like, what if we kind of masterboarded this with pieces and things, and then kind of like painted over it? What do we think about that? I think it sounds like a plan, Stan. It sounds like a plan. Let's see. Oh my gosh. You need to be able to see what I'm doing. Here we go. All right. Let me grab. What else do we have in here? I love masterboards. So why not do one? Right? Look. Here's this. And then we'll run some paint over it. There. These are just a bunch of extra things that I had that I just was like, let's just tear them up. We could use them for masterboards. And it worked. Look, now I'm using them. It's working just fine. What's this? I like that number 5. There. These are so fun. Let's put this on here. Why not? I have a ton of them. Ay, ay, ay. Let's use... Oh, look, this is part of a tea bag. We could use this. See, look. This could get our tea bag thing in here. Looky here. We're gonna do it. See? Let's just use this. And that will get that taken care of. Let's do that right there. Let's put this one over here. Ta-da, ta-da. I'm gonna have a new kit that's gonna be released this Friday. So I'm really anxious to release it, and I hope you all like it as much as I love it. I think people are either gonna like it or they're gonna hate it. So I'm anxious to see what the response is to it. But I love it, so. And I created it for me, really. I just share them with you all. But let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, let's use this. You didn't know you were going to be creating a master board with me today, did you? This. Let's put that there. Add some color over here. Let's do this here. Let's see, what else do we have? Kids school paper. Piece of that. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Alright. What else do we have? I'll just keep pulling stuff out. Look, here's a piece of something. These pieces are just perfect for stuff like that. I think that's even a Christmas ornament, actually. Kind of funny. Look, here's little planes. Just never know what you're gonna get. Oh, I love these. Let's shoot. Let's put this down. because I'm taking time to build a master board, it's probably going to take a little bit longer to do this today, but so hopefully you'll bear with me. I don't think this is going to be a half an hour one like they are sometimes. All right, that side's done. We just need to finish this side. What's this? There's that. We need a piece for here. What do we got going on? That would be okay there. That's why I like to, I don't know how do you guys do your master boards? Do you start on the inside and build out, or do you start on the outside and build in? I'm curious how everybody does them. Let's just use this. We need something right there. Maybe that other half could go right there. We need something up there. I like that. Let's tear that. That's why it's good to not get rid of this kind of stuff, because then you can use it when you need it. We need just a tiny little piece right there. Put this little piece of music. Okay. There we go. All right, we can scoop all this up and put it back in our box. And we'll have it for next time. It's great to make clusters with that. Okay, now we need to do some kind of paint. But we're gonna need to bend this. Bend it, do it, bend it. Okay. There we go. Let's put some ink right here. Not ink. What am I talking about? Put some glue right there. And right there. Let that dry for a minute. Okay, now we gotta decide how we're gonna do paint. How are we gonna do paint? Okay, so we did tea bag, we did fold out, we did flickering candle. We just need paint. Paint. How do we want to do paint? We could do... I don't know. I stink so bad when it comes to paint. I just really do. What if we did like some mark making with paint? Let's try that. Let me go get some paint. I'll be right back. Okay. Grab some paint. Alright. We got some paint. I grabbed red, yellow, but I actually just think we're going to use the yellow. And let's find something to make marks with. What do we want to make marks with? We could do... Ooh, that one's kind of cool. I think we should just do that. And then maybe we'll use some bubble wrap. Let's see. All right. Ooh, this is really liquidy. Get that little thing up there. Throw that away. Yeah, this is really thin. Should I? I'm thinking I should. Maybe grab a paintbrush and paint this on. What do we think? Let's see how that does. Do it right there. Oh, look, I broke my nail. I sure did. I broke it. Now we gotta file it off. I'm always breaking my nails. That's why I don't even bother to paint them anymore. Because I feel like I break them all the time. Okay. Alright. Ooh, I like that. Let's do this. Get some more on here. Some more gold. Put this one up here. Love it. Let's put some more on. Let's do one here. It dries pretty fast too. We'll dry it just to make sure, but it looks like it's drying pretty fast. Alright, maybe do that one there. Love it. I feel like we need one down here, but maybe hanging off. Let's grab a piece of scrap underneath there. Alright. You know, these I made out of, when my grandkids were little, I had bought them some like foam puzzle piece things, type things, that you could put together and you could interlock them and stuff. And, you know, they outgrew them pretty quick. So I used a bunch of them. They're perfect to carve. Let's do this one here. Love it. Love it. Okay. Can you believe I'm painting? I never get this messy. I think I need to get messy more often. What do we think? Like, I need to make some gel prints. I have been out of gel prints for so long. Well, not totally out, but like getting close to being out. Okay, that's that. Oh goodness. We need to use up this paint. We can't waste it. You know what? Let's just do them on here. That. Because I use these pages later, so we'll just do that. We can use this as a background page. See, it's kind of cool. I just don't want to waste all this paint. Let's grab another page. Set that one over there to dry. Hello. Come here. Give me your paint. Alright. I think we've done a pretty good job. Got a little bit of paint there. Alright. We'll let that dry. And oh, we were gonna do the bubble run up. Let's, which side is the puppy side? Ooh, are they both puppy? I think they are. Oh, because it's a bag. Ah, look, you could put your fingers in it. Not get your fingers a mess. Let's do a little bit of red. Just a tiny little bit. We're not going to squirt as much as last we did. Ooh, this is thicker. Alright, let's put our fingers in here. Let's this is kind of crazy. I like that. It's kind of silly, but I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it. Here, let's get rid of the rest of this. Get this out of the way. Crazy. Alright, I think we did pretty good. Set that aside so we can wash that. Let's blow dry this. Whoops, this is not plugged in. Hold on, I just knocked the thing out. Okay. There we go. Let's try this. Hello. Let it dry. Alright, I think it looks dry now. Yeah, it's dry. Alright, let's do that. And it still gives you, like, you could write there, you could write there, you could write there. You could write all of this if you wanted to. You know, it doesn't, and it's kind of a surprise, right? You wouldn't expect that to be there. For sure. This is so white. Let's... Let's just glue this here. Let's just glue it. Glue it, glue it, glue it, glue it, glue it. You know me, I'm not a big white fan. I'm not crazy about white and designs. That's good, that's better. Alright. I feel like we need something here. And maybe something to keep this here. Whoops. I accidentally glued those together. We need some kind of something. Some kind of something. What if we used that? Get the pokey tool. There's a pokey tool. We need a brad. But you know what? I think we need an actually full-size brad. Would make more sense. Let's see if we can use that one. It's been squashed down. Look, I got paint on my nail. Oh, I got paint on this nail. Oh, look at my hands. Wait, we gotta fix that real quick. We've got to fix that. Try to get this paint off. I don't want to get paint all over everything. Although I think it's dried. See, I don't like to be a mess. But I do like to paint. That's the crazy thing. I do like to paint. I don't mind making a mess. I just have to make sure I clean it up. It can't stay a mess. Okay. Better. Alright, let's poke a hole through here. Oh, there's already... I don't really want that to be the whole hole, though. But it's going to be, isn't it? And that's going to be... I'm going need some kind of ring. Let's see. Wait, where did that just go? Here. Like that. Okay, and then we need it to be like right there. About right there. Okay. Do that and that. And put it through there. Okay. Flip this over. And we've got that. All right. That closes that. Like that. All right. We move that. This opens. We need something here. We need something here. Some kind of focal point. Let me grab my book. Hold on. I should probably keep this book more handy, where it's easily accessible. Because it's got a bunch of cute little images in it that could be focal points. Oh, we could use one of these. Are any of these like goldish? I don't like her. Some of these I need to give to my daughter. Like some of these are kind of dark. I feel like she would like them more. Maybe not that. They're not the right colors. Otherwise, I would like them. I like that here. These were some pre-printable images. And that, oh, this might go good. One of these. She might actually go kind of excellently in here. I kind of think I like her. I think she needs framed. Framed with what, you may ask? And that is an answer I do not know, but I'm kind of thinking black. I'm kind of thinking I want to frame her in black. Yep. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to frame her in black. And let's do that. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And that. What do we think? What do you do for a Klondike bar? I like that. Is that going to cover that? Yep, if I put it right there. Alright, let's glue that. Alright. That. We open that up that way. We've got that. We open it up this way. We've got that. We need to put a little bit of glue on this edge. That came out a little bit too much. Where did that go? Nope. We do not want to glue the pages together. That would not be good. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. Gives you space to write. Gives you a focal point there. That. I kind of love it. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yesterday I added this because I needed something to put the prompts on. So I added this little flap here that kind of disappears if it would stay down. But I didn't have any kind of tucks or anything in here. I wish I would have made this a tuck spot, but I didn't. And that reminds me, we didn't really do any kind of... But you know what? I think we're going to write them in here. Let's write them in here. What do we got? We've got our action was paint. Our make was fold out. Our color is flickering candle. And our element was tea bag. Okay. Let's zoom you in and make sure we got all these. Okay. Flickering candle, we used the kind of golden yellows as the light of the candle, some red. So we've got that. Fold out, we did this as a fold out, and it folds out this way. So we did that. Paint, we used paint to make these marks here. So we used that. And tea bag, we used a piece of tea bag there and here. So we accomplished our prompts today. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool friends, and we get to make really cool things. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you decide to, somebody's messaging me, if you decide to use the prompts, please use the hashtag DearPromptsHPC so that I can see what you're working on. I'd love to see what you're doing and how you're using them. And that is it today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Can't wait to read your comments to the questions I asked in the video. And I will see you next time. Later. Ta-ta.